Okay? Alright? Okay, like I was saying, okay, this piece of news is actually hot off the press. Okay? Hot off the press. Why do we call it hot off the press? Because it just came out from the newspaper printing machine. The newspapers are also known as the press. P-R-E-S-S. So, hot off the newspaper company, hot off the printing machine. That's the press. Okay? Alright? So, because it is today, if you realize that, it was 18th of February. Just take a look up here. 18th of, oops. Yes. 18th of February. Okay, good. Hey, this could be also one of our graphic stimulus for comprehension. Okay, but nonetheless, come back here. From the Straits Times. Let's take a look at the, Edwin, let's take a look at the headlines. The headlines, okay, as I've written here, the headlines. Tiger rejects request to bring guide dog on flight. Okay? Tiger, is it Mr. Ong or not?
No,
Tiger Airways, Tiger Airlines. Is it Airlines Airways?
Singapore Airlines.
Not Singapore Airlines.
Yes, the brand, that's right. Okay, related to Singapore Airlines. That's right, you're right, absolutely correct. So, then, Tiger, so of course in the headlines they cannot squeeze everything inside there, right? So they put, in short, Tiger rejects request to bring guide dog on flight. So what does it mean by these headlines? Someone said just now? The aeroplane company.
Singapore Airlines.
Is it Singapore Airlines?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Is it Tiger Airlines? Refuses to bring the guide dog on flight. What do you mean by guide dog on flight?
Bring the dog
Into the aeroplane. That's right. Derek, are you with us?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So, why? Why? Is it because the dog is dirty, smelly? No. The dog is going to be doing some work, right? Okay. For the blind. Which blind? For any blind. For which man? Yes.
Black color
Who?
t-shirt man.
Remember who do we call? Do we call him the owner?
No. Oh, what?
The handler. That's right. But in this case, this man is not only the handler, but is really the owner. Because if you look at the picture text here, Mr. Kwa with his guide dog on a Singapore Airlines flight. Full stop. Hey, which means this guide dog has been on an aeroplane before. See pictured here with the Singapore Airlines stewardess. He said that for the last 8 years, he has had no problem bringing his dog on board other Singapore-run airlines. Hey, then why is it that Tiger Airways or Tiger Airlines now reject his request to bring his guide dog on the airplane? Why? So that's why it turned up in the papers, in the headlines here.
Why?
Then you see what the airline explained. But airline policy allows it for domestic flights within Australia.
That means you need allow Australia.
In Malaysia or Australia? Australia. That means only allow in Australia. Is it? But he has no problem flying his guide dog on other Singapore Airlines aeroplane. Okay, so therefore we must read on. Okay, but because of time, okay, we will just read the first, maybe up to the third paragraph. Okay, let's go on. Over the last 8 years, okay, you pay attention, just I will read. Over the last 8 years, blind businessman Kwa Cheng Hock has brought his guide dog Kendra along with him on flights to over 10 different countries. Last December, Tiger Airways became the first Singapore-based airline to refuse his request to bring his dog on board. Mr. Kwa, 57, has said he has not had any issues bringing his specially trained Labrador on board other Singapore-run carriers. But when he called the airline a week before his departure date from Singapore to confirm his flight last December, he was told that his guide dogs were not allowed on any international Tiger flight. That means to say, now the dogs cannot fly internationally. Oh, let me explain the word. Okay, what is meant by domestic flights and international flights? Okay, domestic means within a country. When you come across domestic flights, means within a country. Let's say, okay, if Singapore is so big, okay, from one point of Singapore to another point of Singapore, there are airports. Because there are some countries that are so big, right? Within the own country, they could have a few airports. So in Singapore, it's so big. Let's say I want to fly from Changi Airport to Jurong Airport. That will be known as a domestic flight.
Oh, that's short.
It is within one own country. That is known as domestic flight.
Like one.
Because the country is that big. But if you walk, a big country, how to walk?
No,
Even if you drive, okay, it could take much a longer time. So you may not want to walk, you may not want to drive or take a bus.
Or run.
Okay, you want to be very quickly reaching your destination. So if Singapore is a very big country, you take your domestic aeroplane flight from Changi Airport to Jurong Airport. That is known as a domestic flight. But if let's say you fly from Singapore Changi Airport to Kuala Lumpur Airport,
What's called?
Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia,
Yeah.
then that will be known as an international flight.
Oh.
It means from one country to another country. Yes, bring his guide dog on that international flight. But from where to where, we are not sure. So now, let's think about it. If Mr. Kwa cannot bring his guide dog, would it pose a lot of problems?
No.
Why not?
Because you can still take others.
You can still take other flights, no doubt, but if the other aeroplanes or the other airline companies refuses to let him bring his guide dog, what's going to happen? Yes, he will have trouble working because he's a businessman. He will need to be guided around. And look at this. The dog has been over to 10 countries. Over 10 countries. So the dog must be very well trained and knows where to go. So now probably Mr. Kwan cannot be taking the Tiger Airlines. He will probably have to choose other airlines and making sure that the other airlines also allow to, yes, agree.
Agreement
Accept it. Yes. Accept that the dogs can be on. Yes. Now it's a case of access denied. Very good. No entry. You may bring your dog, but by the time you go on it, no entry. Okay? So that is what it is happening. One voice. Oh, no. Because they must be stated.
But if Mr. Wong go on the air flight and then the dog swim from this country,
Swim? How to swim?
and how do you eat?
Yes. You want to have another Kusuk Island for dogs, is it? Later get stranded onto some island.
Dog Island.
Yes, impossible. Yes, otherwise it will be journey to the end of the world. Okay. Anyway,
Now, if
so,
the dog
yes.
in the flight, then
Did you see? Can you pass me the spelling
Sorry?
book?
if the dog
Scare other people, right? Remember
I
the
never
special
revised
trade.
Special trade.
Remember, oh yes, by the way, do you know that Jin Wei had a very up close and personal encounter with a specially guide trained dog? Last Friday, he was next to, he posed a picture with the arms and explosive dog, right? Yes, from the army. That dog is supposed to be what kind of a dog now?
The Royal.
German Shepherd.
It cannot be German Shepherd.
Labrador. No, it's not. Oh, that was another Labrador. Okay, but That kind of a dog is known as a detection dog. He was close to, he posted a picture with one of the detection dogs. Explosive, yes. Very well done. Okay, we had a good time there.
Is golden retriever?
Golden Retriever is a there was a golden, is it a golden retriever or Labrador?
Yes.
There was a golden retriever.
And we also got hold the some kind of things.
Correct. Yes. Very
We
good.
hold the
So it was a
gun,
very good
we hold the
experience.
missile.
And you see, coming from Friday, okay, one noise. Coming from Friday, we experienced what it was to have dogs working alongside humans. We have read about it before. We have watched the videos, and now guide dogs are also in the news. We do not know how this is going to be. We probably will read on. So that's why I have actually made a photocopy of this article for you. So this will add on to our readings. Of course, this I won't use it to test you, but there are very good vocabulary words in this article. Okay? And it really helps us in our comprehension. Then you are aware of what are the things that are happening in real life. Okay? These are real life, these are not fake stories. Not someone making up a story and say this is the case. You can see this. And by the way, from this article, I have also learned an interesting fact, which I want you to read on, of course. But if you were to see, okay, I will move this and then I draw your attention to somewhere around. Okay, hang on. Let me just zoom in a little so that you can see. Okay. I want you to take a look and tell me. Okay, I found it. Look just only in this column and this column. I know there are lots of words for you to look at, to comprehend. These two columns, within these two columns, and tell me how many guide dogs are there presently in Singapore. Ready? No, you must tell me and then you point out to me. I will ask you to raise your hand first. I don't want you all to rush. Okay? Within this column and this column. Okay? And I'll ask you maybe some other questions. Wait. Let's zoom in and go. You have 1 minute. Process some information right now. I will also probably ask you some other. Don't let the cat out of the bag.
I go in front, I can't see. Hey.
And I also want you to know,
Can I say?
what is the name of the first guide dog in Singapore?
Wow.
The name of the first guide dog
Wait, the camera.
in Singapore, and how many guide dogs are there in Singapore presently? Okay? Wait. You have got, yeah, curiosity kills the cat. That's a very nice phrase to use. You have another 15 seconds.
Okay, I cannot find
The name of the first guide dog, and the name of the first guide dog you probably have to infer. And how many guide dogs are there now in Singapore? Ready? You have got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Slowly. Yes, Dongqing. There are 3 guide dogs. Can you point to us where it is? Come. Where? There. Yes. Mr. Kwa acknowledged there are currently only 3 guide dogs in Singapore.
Dongqing never read. He just see a
He managed to find it very quick. Okay. Then the next question. What is the name of the first guide dog in Singapore? That one you have to infer.
Okay.